I broke my back.
What do you mean by that? You broke
my back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
A big shout out to everybody in Riverside. And as a kid, I always wanted to meet Don King. But now I think Don King's a fucking asshole. He's a racist.
No. We're not going down that road.
None bigger than this. Maybe the biggest upset of this decade.
Que ese estilo es un falso, porque él puede dar bien con la pelea.
Welcome everybody to the Mr. Boxing Guru podcast. It is me, Sal, Mr. Boxing Guru. Hope everybody's having a great week. Welcome to post-fight week. Hope everybody enjoyed that fucking circus. But hey, it was great. It was fun. And more than anything, I'm glad both of these guys came out all right. But let's talk about it. Because look, you guys aren't here to hear me listen to about my life or whatever. Let's talk boxing. Let's talk the fight that every millennial, whatever the fuck you guys want to call yourselves, wanted to watch. So, and this was Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta. I'll slap the shit out of my baby mama Davis. What a fucking fight. What an event. Let me rephrase that. Well, not what a fight. What an event. Again, as you guys already know, and if you don't know, Gervonta Davis does stop Ryan in the 7th round. Interesting fight for those who didn't know or have actually seen Ryan Garcia fight. So again, if you guys haven't watched the fight, go watch it. First thing, stop it here. Go watch it. Go watch, on the Zone or wherever the hell you want to watch. Go watch your fight, and it's or on YouTube. I'm sure it's already on YouTube. Somebody had posted that shit already. It was. I think I laughed more than anything till the next day. I kind of stopped enjoying it. But let's get to first what happened. Like I said, Gervonta knocked out Ryan Garcia in the 7th round. Not before dropping him in the 2nd round. When I don't know what the fuck was Ryan thinking going after him. But kind of tells you what the fuck goes behind Ryan's mind, and the more and more time passes by, the more and more I understand. Yeah, this motherfucker is bananas. He does suffer from mental health. He can't. I don't get it. Ryan had the ability to at least be able to box until he could no longer box anymore. And what I mean by that is that this kid is 5'9", 5'8.5", something. He's a tall kid. I remember him being a very tall kid, and even now he carries a very, very big welterweight-ish frame, or even bigger, because I think he could easily walk around or be a middleweight. He has that type of frame. And the second round, the first round, he was doing good. I actually gave him the first round, if I remember correctly, and. He had the speed. He has a left hand. He has a very quick left hand, but he had a left hand to keep Gervonta off him and make him punish and throw a right hand cross, whenever little Gervonta came close. And he was doing very good in the first round. In the second round, he says, according to him, he got bored. Again, he got bored and decided to go after Tank. A guy that loads up his fucking punches and drops his right hand every single fucking time to throw a punch, decided to go after Gervonta. Yeah, there were some little... Yes, he tried rushing Gervonta. And Gervonta's, again, this kid, as much as you want to hate Gervonta, but I mean, the kid knows how to fucking move. The kid knows how to fight, and he's fought bigger guys most of his life. So he as soon as I started seeing Ryan go after him for whatever the fuck reason. I don't know who the fuck gave him that fucking bad idea. But he started going after him. I said, that's him. And I said, you know what? All right, here it comes. He's going to get fucking clipped. And like we say in Mexico, dicho y hecho, he got his ass clipped. So, yeah, Gervonta ended up catching his ass. He dropped him. Ryan went back to boxing the rest of the I guess round or whatnot. But again, I don't know what the fuck that was about. I don't know what type of mental fucking stupidity was that. As the fight progressed, again, Ryan again tried to box, and he would fall for Gervonta's traps every once in a while, and you know, Gervonta was being very economical with his punch, so it wasn't a great fight. It wasn't a fucking great fight, but it was one of those fights where you know when you were a kid and it was 4th of July and you lit that firework when you were almost ready to see when the explosion was going to happen. That's the kind of feeling I had throughout this fight. I was waiting for Gervonta to actually land a punch, because again, he was being very economical with his punches. He wasn't throwing a lot of punches, and when he did, he started going to the body. He knows Ryan's not built like a real Mexican. Ryan cannot really take it in the body. So he kept, you know, hitting him in the body every now and then, you know, 2-3 punches a fucking round. And then it finally happened. You know, in the 7th round, he touched him in the body. Ryan tried to pretend like it didn't hurt, or I don't know if he pretended it didn't hurt. And he got fucking dropped, and he never made it up. We are quick to say somebody didn't quit, or we're quick to say that he fucking did quit. But the thing is, what we don't understand sometimes is that yes, it's that those body punches are and I think I forgot what coach said it the other day. I think we're in a group chat with we have a group of boxing heads that I'm in a group chat said, and you said, you know, if you never witnessed or felt this before, you don't know what the fuck is going on. If you never had been hit in the body like that, you don't know what the fuck's going on. And I get it. What people don't understand or expect Ryan to get up is that it takes an extraordinary fucking human being to get up. Ryan is not that. He never showed you that he's a type of that type of fucking Maidana where he would just bite down and get the fuck up, maybe get his ass beat, but get the fuck back up and fight. It's not in him. Ryan does what the fuck he does. He's quitting numerous times in sparring and numerous times in general. You know, he quits fights before they fucking happen. So I don't want to call him a quitter here, because I understand that, you know, body punch can, you know, take the wind out of you, and you can't get up. But I also understand that, yes, certain boxers are fucking extraordinary human beings, and those are the motherfuckers that get up. The Ryan Garcias of the world, the TikTok fucking twerking on the internet type of fighters, are not going to get up. That's not what they do. That's just not in Ryan Garcia to do that. So, for those saying that he quit, I don't know. I think I'm not sure if he had a get out of jail free card, and, you know, because those body punches were catching up to him. I'm not sure if that was the case. Only he knows that. If he quit, only he knows that. I don't want to label him a quitter, because I don't want to be as harsh on him as I really should. But we'll get to that a little later. So many fucking questions about this, man. Because I sit back and again, I wanted to do this podcast Sunday, but I wanted to kind of think about it. Like, you know, there's so many questions that I think were answered for a lot of folks, that I think a lot of boxing fans, like real boxing fans, already knew. One thing that I did want to bring up before I move on. If you're a boxing persona and you had, or a journalist, and your prediction was for Ryan, and you get credentials for a fucking fight, you should never, ever, ever apply for another credential in your fucking entire life. If you thought, knowing Ryan Garcia, following him on the presser, following him on social media, knowing him as a person, that Ryan would beat a guy like Gervonta Davis, you guys were fucking absolutely fucking crazy. There's no way a guy like Ryan Garcia was going to beat a guy like Gervonta Davis. You saw, that's the beauty about a seasoned fighter. Again, you could talk all this shit about Gervonta not fighting, tough opposition. I agree. Fuck it. I agree. But the motherfucker knows how to fucking fight. We cannot take that shit away from Gervonta. He can fight. He knows how to set you up. And he did that shit to Ryan. Sometimes he had Ryan spinning around like a fucking idiot. But again, if you had Ryan winning, check your fucking self. There's no reason why anybody in boxing media should have given this fight to Ryan or should have predicted Ryan would win. This was the easiest fight to predict the whole fucking year. Ryan was going to get his ass beat. It was only a matter of fucking time. Again, Ryan Garcia, back to my other point, was never ready for this type of fight. I am not saying that Ryan Garcia couldn't have beat Gervonta. I think he could have. Maybe he could have. What I am saying is that he was not ready for a guy like Gervonta. He hasn't gone into deep waters till he fucking faced Gervonta. That was the problem with him being developed, and what people didn't understand, why people thought I've been coming from a place of hate towards Ryan Garcia. It's not that I hate Ryan Garcia. I think Ryan is a very, very special talent. But it was time. It's developmental fights that are needed to build fucking character. Ryan Garcia needed that Luke Campbell type of fight where he gets dropped. He needed more of those fights. He needed not necessarily drop, but kind of pushed a little bit. Ryan Garcia never had that type of opposition. Ryan Garcia was perfectly crafted. Those matches were perfectly crafted to fit Ryan Garcia's style. Some of those fights, he might have fought with champions and whatnot, but again, styles make fights. The matchmakers knew what the fuck they were doing with Ryan Garcia. It was on them to create this persona that it was fucking magical, that was knocking motherfuckers out with ghost punches. That's not the type of fighter that you bring to a guy like Gervonta. He wasn't fucking ready. So what? I get it. You guys made a lot of fucking money, and I really, really fucking get it. And I'm really happy for Ryan. I really hope he keeps his money. Hope he invests his money right. Look, man, the kid's a fucking millionaire now. What is he fucking worth probably after this fight? 40 million? This I'm sure this fight did fucking crazy numbers because there was a lot of people there. But Ryan was never ready for this fight. Ryan was not ready. I think deep down the people around him, because the people around him are not stupid. His father is not a stupid man. I might clown on him and say all this shit here and there, but they're not stupid people. His mother is not a stupid person. They're very intelligent folks. His manager is not a stupid person. He's been around boxing for quite some time. He knows the capabilities of his fighter. He knew that he was not available. He was not even eligible for a fight with Gervonta Davis. But they went ahead and pursued this fight. Again, Ryan is ticket selling fucking machine. I'm telling you guys right now, there will never be another fight where Gervonta moves this type, or where a fight with Gervonta moves these type of fucking numbers again. Gervonta's a fucking star. I get it. He fucking moves the needle. Absolutely. He sells out the arenas at a certain price point. Great. And this has been on his own, but there's no other fighter that he can make this type of money. And I really hope they got a percentage off this whole shit, because they really did great when it came to a promotion. But they almost got fucking sidetracked. But what I'm telling you is that everybody knew. That Ryan's folks knew that he wasn't ready. Now, the rehydration clauses and all that, did they hurt Ryan? Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, they hurt. I mean, look, there's a reason why this kid was going to the body. No, I don't want to talk about the moles or any of that shit. That's all bullshit. It's just a way to make himself feel better about him getting his ass beat by a fucking better fighter. My thing is, yes, it fucking hurt him. Could he have done better? Maybe not so much better, but at least he could have packed on a little more weight, and his punch resistance would have been a little better. I think Gervonta did hit him with a few body shots, but he was being very frugal with his punches. He wasn't throwing a lot of punches. Culito con punches. So you can't say he beat him up. He was setting him up most of the fucking fight. So could have Ryan maybe hung in there a little more if he was all right. He wasn't dehydrated. He wasn't as dehydrated, Me, but that's his own fault for trying to fight little dudes, though. Ryan's was huge for 135. He's going to be huge for 140 in a few months, too. Watch. You'll see. One thing I can say, this can be the best thing that happened to Ryan. Maybe a little humble pie will be great for him. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just an old motherfucker, but maybe, he just rubs me the wrong fucking way. But I think this maybe will help him follow his coach's instructions. That way he's able to perform better on the next fight. For that type of style that Ryan has, I would really hope, because I don't think this shit with Goossen's going to happen again. I really think going back to Reynoso is a great thing. I think they're that safety first style that Reynoso is very good at. I think is very, very good for Ryan. And I think he could hone his skills a lot better. I honestly think I honestly saw Ryan Garcia a lot better with Reynoso. So I really hope he does go back. I don't think this Goossen shit lasts. I don't think Goossen likes a guy like Ryan, a guy that shows up only on sparring days. The rest he's fucking around with his strength and conditioning coach. I'm not saying that he wasn't working. I'm just saying the type of style that Goossen brings is a little different. So I hope this helps Ryan develop himself. I hope he gets hungry. Look, man, and I'll say it again, I think Ryan has the abilities, but he just needs to build that fucking callous, that character, the huevos to say, just be the fucking man, because we know he could pitch, but he can't fucking catch. We knew that shit. That's why it almost fucking pisses me off, because we knew the fuck. Yes, we might have been laughing and whatnot on fight night, but the fact is that we knew this was gonna fucking happen to Ryan. He was gonna get fucked up by this little motherfucker. That's what fucking pisses me the fuck off. So again, I think if Ryan could hone his skills a little better, I really, really, really think this could be the best thing that happened to Ryan. I'm hoping for the best for him. I honestly, I'm you guys might think I'm bullshitting, but because as much as I talk shit, but I'm really rooting for fucking Ryan to fucking do great. Again, can Ryan be developed? I think so, but it's all up to Ryan. Everything is up to Ryan. I hope he has now found the financial rewards that he needs for him and his family, because I know this money made him a lot of money for him to take care of his family. Now, in my opinion, it's time for Ryan to take care of Ryan. Go through the appropriate camps, cancel himself out of the internet world or whatever the fuck he is on, and really hone his fucking skills. Ryan, you can do this shit, but you got to be a little fucking better about this shit. As far as who was a Mo, I don't really want to talk about it, but I mean, was it Lupe Valencia? He's a good dude with PBC. I don't know. Was it Joe Goossen? Fuck no, what the fuck? I don't think Joe Goossen gives a fuck. I don't know if it's because he said what he said, that he participates, or he doesn't train Ryan, he co-trains him with himself or whatever. Again, don't quote me on that, but that's kind of what he said, that he works with Ryan, doesn't train Ryan really. So that's just fucking out. The whole Mo thing is just, to me, in my opinion, it's folks looking for excuses to kind of, I guess, save face. Just a little odd in my fucking book. There was a lot of conversation also, which I thought was a little weird. That why was Hopkins or was Hopkins rubbing the clear on Gervonta by the fucking conspiracy theorists? I've never been around so many fucking conspiracy theorists like the likes of PBC pom-pom waivers. This is fucking now when Oda's Bernard Hopkins alien ass now because he was trying to like calm the situation down. He was trying to rub some sort of substance. Like, who the fuck has time to think about this? Who the fuck has time to? Okay, so now he's gonna put steroids on Gervonta. That way he could beat the shit out of Ryan even more. Who thinks about shit like this? This is crazy. This is fucking insane. Like the shit that comes out of some folks' mouth is sometimes fucking interesting to me. I don't know how the fuck they do it. I don't know why the fuck they do it, but supposedly these fucking conspiracy theorists are figuring that that's what Hopkins wanted to do. Now, after that, Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya did not attend the were they at the fights? Yeah, I think they were at the fights, but I didn't see. Yeah, they weren't at the post press conference. Supposedly, according to social media on Sunday, they left Ryan all by himself to fan fight by himself. But all fucking weekend they were treated like shit. They didn't have a chair for Bernard Hopkins. You bring a guy that's supposedly not supposed to be part of Gervonta's team up in Leonard Enderby to curse out fucking Oscar. Talking about sleeping in the fucking wheel, but he fucking supposedly lost Gervonta, and then you bring Floyd Mayweather, and they're talking shit to him. So why would Oscar stay? And at this point, why be a fucking hypocrite about it? Look, man, Oscar's job is to fucking promote a fucking fighter. Oscar and Hopkins, specifically Oscar, I seen them. They were, and they opened themselves for a lot of criticism by saying Ryan's going to do this, Ryan's going to do that, and they emphasize a lot on the rehydration. But it's them selling the fucking fight, something that I don't know why, but you guys like to rag on fucking Oscar, but you guys don't bring this shit up on Heyman. Heyman's never at the fucking fights whether they win or lose. But again, do we ever talk about Heyman? But no, Oscar sent his fucking number one guy, which is Eric Gomez that was there. Their PR reps were there. His matchmakers were there, all with Ryan, as well as Ryan's manager, his parents. So Ryan was not by himself. And on top of that, Oscar De La Hoya is getting fucking death threats. And he's in an environment where, let's be honest, he's not fucking liked. He's been very vocal and been very against PBC. And now he's at fucking events, so they're going to, I don't want to say hurt him because the motherfucker got hands too, but if somebody's receiving death threats, I mean, why fuck around? Why fuck around and try to find out? It does not make any type of fucking sense to continue to be there and just get. I mean, at that point, the sales were done. He was there with his parents. I know if I'm Ryan, I would want to be there with either my wife or my family, my immediates. There's no need for Oscar or Hopkins there. They just show up on fucking fight week. That's it. There's no reason to beat around that fucking bush. I think we talked about Ryan fucking quitting. And if I didn't, I'll bring it up. I don't think he quit. I think maybe he found a way out at the end, but I really do not think he fucking quit. As far as Ryan goes, what could be next for the kid? I mean, I don't know. It's we obviously see 140 pounds there. Is it who is there for him? I mean, let's think about it. We got Rigoro. We got who else? We got maybe a Ramirez if he's up for it. Who else? Let me look at this list here. Let me look because we'll get to this shit. Let me see. No, that's too heavy. That's too heavy. Joe Smith. No. Let me look at ESPN's shit right quick. I don't know why I'm on ESPN. Let's see. Middleweight. God damn. Get a mouse, guys. Please get a mouse. Don't be a fucking pendejito like me. Junior middleweight. Let's see. Who else? Okay, we got 47. Let's see. Who is at 40? Excuse me. Okay. So top what? Top three at at 140 pounds is Jack Catterall, Josh Taylor, and Regis Prograis. Let's see. Let's go a little lower because I don't think he should fight any of those guys. Let's see. Teofimo, you know what? One of the toughest one at the top 10 is Teofimo. I don't know why he's doing so low. I get it. He doesn't look that great, but Teofimo Lopez is a very, very good fight for Ryan Garcia for the mental health belt. Chon Cepeda, great fight for Ryan Garcia. I don't know why they have Ryan rated at number 6. I think these are all good fights down in the bottom 10 for Ryan. Arnold Barboza, again, great fucking fight for him. Would they do it? Absolutely not. You got to look for fighters that are on Ryan's level, or that maybe might not hurt Ryan. I think a fight versus Sander Martin, I think, is a good fight because he's a mover and whatnot. Ryan could catch this fucking guy coming in. I get it. I think that's a good fight. That's a good name because technically he did beat Teofimo Lopez, so I think beating a guy like Sander Martin, I think would be great for him. Jose Ramirez, again, very vulnerable fucking guy. That's a fucking fight for Ryan Garcia. That'll kind of show you where he's fucking at, and he's rated at number 4. So I think those, in my opinion, if he were to go through maybe a Sander Martin, which I think it's a very tough fight, but very easy fight to make. What do you call it? A Chon Cepeda fight is fucking great, and I think maybe again Teofimo Lopez for the fucking mental health belt, of the world. Why not? What he needs to do is stay the fuck away from Regis. Stay the fuck away from Taylor if Taylor does beat Teofimo, which is another tough fight for them. Jack Catterall, again, mover. Why not for Ryan? Fuck it. Josh Taylor's a very tough fight for Ryan. I think Teofimo Lopez is a very tough fight. Regis Prograis is definitely, which in my opinion is the number 1 guy at 140. It's a very tough fight for Ryan. But guys, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, just to wrap it up, I guess I should be happier that Ryan lost. I think it went as predicted for everybody, but I'm really not. I want the kid to do good. I wish him well. It just pissed me off, maybe because I'm an old fucking man now, but it really pisses me off the way he acts. But again, that's, so do my nephews. I wish him well. I wish his family well. I hope he fucking fixes shit because he has the ability to be good. I don't know if he wants to be, though. Again, he might say it, but when you don't get up or attempt to get up for moments like this, I don't think you have that dog in you. And if he doesn't have that dog in him, it's only so much that the fans could fucking cheer him up for. I had said a few weeks ago that to expect a Victor Ortiz-esque moment in Ryan where he will kind of ruin the fight for everybody. I don't necessarily believe it exactly happened to the T, but I think him not, giving it that extra push kind of ruined it. Again, I'm not calling him a fucking quitter, because that's not it. What I am saying is that, yeah, I wish he could have done better. That's all. If he couldn't have, I mean, that's on him. Only he knows. But I wish he would have done better, because the greats do. All right, guys. With that said, that's it for me. Thank you. I haven't done a podcast in a very long time, but I couldn't go live on Instagram, so I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let me try this. I have some spare time on Mondays. Let me try this. Remember, if you guys listen to this all the way to the end, you can follow me on. Well, actually, I kind of deleted my social medias for now, but follow me on YouTube at Mr. Boxing Guru. Spreaker has a podcast. Spotify, iTunes. Anywhere podcasts could be listened to. Guys, thank you guys again for listening to the Mr. Boxing Guru podcast. Let me know. Hit a like. Subscribe on YouTube. And I'm going to try to do this more often. I'm going to try to see how I could, if I could keep my social media out. Because I feel, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like I when I tweet, I kind of lose the spark to, or when I post on Instagram, I kind of lose the spark to come and post it on a podcast, because at this point I have, I pretty much said everything. I say everything on the fly, my predictions, my whatever I want to talk about. I kind of just throw it out there. So why am I going to do a podcast? Kind of miss doing the podcast. I'm going to try to do more. And thank you so much for listening. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And this has been the Mr. Boxing Guru podcast. Adios, cabrones.